here with Aesthetic Vlog, and I'm with Riz Story, musician, writer, composer, filmmaker, cinematographer. Did I leave anything out?
I wasn't listening.
Well, you certainly have lots of accomplishments. That much we know, right? So I met you, I think, in 1985 when you were fronting Anyone.
Yeah, I don't know if I was fronting anyone quite that early. I had some solo projects back then. You know, I was just starting out. Anyone didn't really come together until, I guess, I'm not really sure when it was, but it was like the mid-90s, 96 even. With me and Taylor Hawkins and Wano. John Davison is his real name. He sings for Yes now in the progressive rock band. And yeah, we formed that band. It was called Sylvia originally.
So then you did a deal with Roadrunner, is that?
Right, yeah. It came down to a little bit of a thing where we had a couple labels all of a sudden interested in the band. You know, we had started, you know, kind of a little bit of a scene down in OC in the Huntington Beach area. And next thing you know, it was a couple of people wanted to sign us.
And then you decided you were going to be a filmmaker. What prompted that decision? Well, not really change, because you still did music, right? So.
Yeah, no, I just add stuff on. I don't stop something. But basically what it was I was doing a lot of music video stuff for myself and for others. I started getting hired on to direct music videos for other people. I worked with a bunch of different people. And that led to me being interested in kind of doing something for anyone, which was called Togetherman. I made this little film / psychedelic documentary, you know, real mishmash of stuff, and really discovered that I loved filmmaking, you know, and the whole editing process and shooting. Started getting more into it. Did a little art piece called Golica. Went to an island in the Caribbean. And, you know, suddenly I'm working with people like Billy Zane and Paul Sorvino and Teresa Russell and Taryn Manning and all the rest, you know, and...
okay, but you not only directed, but wrote like 20 songs for it, right?
Yes.
Casted it. You did the whole thing, right?
Well, I had a lot of help from people, but I did all the music, and I wore a lot of hats on the film, you know, out of necessity. It was a lower budget. I mean, by Hollywood standards, it was a lower budget, and so I had to cut a lot of corners, and one of the corners I had to cut was doing a lot myself.
Coming from the record business, I thought it was really true to form. And,
did you really?
Yeah, I really did.
Oh, I had written the whole film for this girl who I'd known, who was Winter Rose. I mean, really, the film tells the story of her, how she is. And she, true to Winter Rose form, backed out. She didn't want to be famous. She was very reluctant. And so to me, that was tantamount to scrapping the whole project, you know, because
oh, wow.
There was no way I was going to find anybody that could replace this particular girl who was, you know, so beautiful and sang and acted and was, you know, it was a vehicle for her. And then we finally just found Kimberly Whalen, and she was just an amazing singer, an amazing actress.
Talk to me a little bit about your process and what inspires you. And
I don't know, there's no thought involved whatsoever in anything that I do. There's no method, there's no big magic secret. I've just been doing it for so long, and for me the creative process is the same when you're playing a guitar or when you're shooting a film.
So what's next for you? What's on your plate now?
The future is always going to involve making more films.
And you have a new band called Infinico?
You know, I grew up playing in rock bands, and even though rock is technically dead now, you know, people are saying or whatever.
And do you really feel that way? I mean...
No, I don't, because I just released, you know, a couple of weeks ago a record in that medium with the drummer of Korn, ex-drummer of Korn, David Silvera. I'm really excited about the project. We're going to get another record out. You know, we're going to keep making records and keep doing things. So yeah, I mean, I'll always play in a rock band, I think.
So how do people find you on the web?
You know, I'm not really big on putting myself out there too much. But I do have a Facebook, and Infinica has a Facebook. The Winter Rose website, that's kind of more out there. That's coming out wide. Infinica will have a website soon.
Do you have any advice for upcoming musicians, screenwriters, filmmakers?
No, I don't. Really, I really try not to give advice. You know, advice implies that, you know, I know something that you don't. I could reflect on my own experience, which is just to say that, you know, if you're into creating something, you're going to keep doing it. Two things are never going to change. One is that music is very important to people, you know. It's just, it moves them, and then they love it, you know. It doesn't matter how much they pay or not pay for it.
Here's a clip of Riz's film, Winter Rose.
Someday this will fade away.
Oh my Lord.
And I will touch you in the...
I went from orphanage to orphanage and foster home to foster home, and finally I just ran away.
And you'll see the flower that was me.
I just can't keep pouring time and money into you if you're just gonna screw it up. Destroy your voice, your looks. I don't care anymore.
I'm nothing but a drunk, and I know it.
And we won't remember.
How did you find me?
Can I come in?
No, I don't do that anymore.
The doctors have made it very clear we have to start aggressive treatment immediately because this thing can't be allowed to spread.
Everybody needs somebody to give them a break, you know?
This girl, bring her to me. I want to meet her.
Winter Rose. Now that's a name.
I know you feel sad. I know you were hoping things would go bad.
The press is coming down on her real hard.
So that's it, that? I mean, we're just gonna let her quit?
Why would we risk so much for such a loser?
I mean, why does your brilliance have to walk hand in hand with your need to destroy yourself?
I had no parents, and I don't want any now.
You do this for me?
Vicky Hamilton with Riz Story and Aesthetic V-Blog, and we're saying good evening before the lights go out here in beautiful downtown Hollywood.